Hey hustlers, I want to jump on here and talk about Trello again. I know that I had previously kind of showed you guys some of the organization I have in my business that I use Trello for. So Trello is a free platform and I've gotten lots of questions on it, so I figured why not go ahead and do a couple tips and tricks trainings for you guys. So when you go to Trello, and I can put the link in the comments here, it's a free account and there is a paid version, which is great if you're really diving into it and you're going to really utilize it for your business or your personal life. But if you're not, then no reason to get pro. You can do a lot with the free version. So when you are in the home of Trello, your homepage may look a little different. Depending on what you have set up here. So you're going to see somewhere on your homepage, depending on what you have going on, a link or a button to create a board. So you're going to go create a board. I'm going to, for this training, we'll just say my productive week. And it's kind of fun because you can add a background. I like bright backgrounds. Let's go find something fun here. I feel like if I'm going to look at something all day, I want it to be or make me feel happy, okay? So then I click create board. So here's this private, public. For right now, I'd say go ahead and leave everything as private. We can talk about some uses for making things public later. But right now, create a private board. Okay, and so here's my board. Right now you're like, what am I going to do with this? There's nothing here. So there is a developer, and his name, hold on, I wrote it down here. What is his name? Justin, Gallagher or something? I can't find it. Anyway, I follow him, and he talks a lot about productivity and just how he organizes his life using Trello. Obviously, he works for Trello. And I started utilizing some of his tactics, and I find that they're really helpful, and I work less because I am more efficient, I'm focused, I'm not getting stuck on stuff that I really don't need to be stuck on. So when you're creating your first board here, and for this productivity board that we're making, there's different boards I can go through and how we'll connect them and whatnot. But right now we're just focusing on how to have a productive week, how to stay focused, right? So I'm going to put today as my first list, tomorrow, soon, or let's do, oh yeah, I think go ahead, soon, this week. Let me go look at my other board because I have this all set up. I don't have soon on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and archive that list. Okay. And then I have waiting, inbox, done. And then I like to always have references or inspiration, resources. It kind of depends on what the board is focused on. So now I have my list for my week. So this is how I'm going to organize my week. Now, as things come in, when I realize, okay, this week I have a team meeting. So if you have a meeting with your freelancers or anyone that you're working with, you might have that going on every week. Maybe you have one-on-ones or client one-on-ones you need to put on there. Let's say you have a team training. A lot of you in direct sales may have a phone call that you need to listen to each week or a Zoom call with your upline and your team, whatever it is. Put those in your inbox for your week. And we'll also talk about in another training how to have these repeat every single week without you having to actually go in and type them out, right? We want to be efficient. We want things to work for us. Automation is great. Okay, so this week I need to write a blog post. I need to edit my nurture email sequence. Let's say I need to check on a client's payment. Trying to make up things. Let's see. I want to promote an affiliate course. Okay. And that's actually probably not the best example because that's a pretty big item there. But just for the sake of time, here's my inbox list. And so then my team sync, I'm going to say is, let's say it's tomorrow at 2:46 p.m., right? I'm going to save that just so I know that's when that is. Let's say my team training, that's on Friday at 2:46 p.m. as well. Okay, so I know that this is tomorrow. This is this week, okay? So inbox, so what I would do every Monday is I'd come in here and I'd look at, see what's in my inbox. What are the dates? Do I need to move them? Is it tomorrow? Is it this week still? Do I need to write a blog post this week? Yes, I need to do that. Okay, let's just say at this point, I'm going to wait on this. I'm not sure where that's going yet, but these are all things I need to take care of this week. Okay, so then each morning I come into this board and I look at my list, and let's say this is how it would be when I came in the morning. I look at this week and I'd say, oh, this is actually tomorrow. So what do I need to get done today? What do I need to get done this week still? So let's say today I really needed to write that blog post, and I really need to work on that email sequence. Tomorrow I'm actually going to check on the client payments because it's not due yet, okay? And then team training is still 2 days away, so I'm going to leave it in this week. And I haven't moved the waiting yet because I'm not sure if this is happening this week. It could be happening next week. So kind of think of your inbox as all those tasks that come to your mind when you're like, I need to get this done and this done and this done and this done. That's when they all go into your inbox. And then you need to make the decisions, decide, is this something that needs to happen this week or is it in my waiting box, okay? And then, so I build up my day. We're just going to go ahead and say this was today. So I'll go ahead and edit, right? It's today, okay? It turned red because now I think it's past. Yeah, it's a past due one. And so I can, let's say this is also later today. So I'm going to go ahead and put my day in order of, first I'm going to start with my team sync, and then I'm going to work on writing my blog post, and then I have my team training, and then I'm going to work on my email sequences. And so this really keeps me focused on what I need to focus on today without being overwhelmed at all the things in my inbox, all the things I might need to get done this week. So I just know that, okay, today I'm focusing on these things, okay? And then as they are done, so team sync, that's done. So I'm going to drag and drop over the done thing, or done list. Oh, I wrote that blog post. And now my team training is done, okay? One thing you can do too that I like to do is that, let's say I wrote the blog post. I like to put the link here, so I would put the link to blog post that I wrote in case I ever need to reference back to what activity I actually did on that day. And you could put a due date on there as well. This is a great thing if you're a VA. If you're a VA, I would share this board. Like I would have a board for each client, and I actually work in Asana for that, but we'll go into Asana later. So what you can do is completed but not reviewed, okay? So then you have your completed but not reviewed box. So let's say this was a blog post you're writing for your client. You're gonna go ahead and put it in there, and then you know that you've done the work, but your client hasn't reviewed it, you haven't met with your client in regards to this, and so that you're not stressing out about that item, but you're also not forgetting that it hasn't been completed, if that makes sense. Okay. So if this is something, let's say this nurture email sequence is something that I'm working on with my team, I would also add, I don't have anyone on this, I don't have my team on this particular board, but I would add the members here. You search the members that you have added and it will help. They'll see everything that's happening here. If you want to label, labels are great. We're going to go into that later, but let's say this is really high priority. Maybe I'll mark it red, or maybe because it's marketing, I mark it blue. So I can label it different things to let me know when I view my board over here. See, you can see the colors. As long as I understand what those colors are, and I can actually, let's go back into labels. I can edit this label. We're gonna say this color is marketing, okay? And then it tells me marketing, and when I exit out of here, I see the color. I keep clicking the wrong button. But in here, it's gonna tell me this is, marketing, and whatever the other labels that I have, what they represent would be there too. Checklist, so with this, I'm gonna say email sequence edit. Okay, so if I have my team on here, let's say I need to day 2 email, edit for 2020, or maybe I need to change image, if I can type, and email 5, stuff like that, right? And I can also, well, that's right, this board, I don't have Pro on this one. So I guess ignore that. Let's see if it'll actually let you. No, okay. So I will log into my Pro account and show you guys some of the cool features of what you can do within these lists. But they're super helpful because anyone assigned here can come in here. You can work on these. You can have a conversation here with the activity, like, you know, what image did you want for email 5? And then it's there. Let's see what else you can attach. We do this a lot. All my boards are connected to my Google Drive because I am a huge fan of Google Suites, and we can go into that later. Everything I do in there. Your computer, or wherever you have it, Dropbox, wherever you have your items saved, you can attach any relevant. So if I had written in my email sequence already, a new one, and I wanted my VA to then update it within the platform, I could attach, all the documents of the new emails in here, give her the tasks that she needs to work through, and then she has everything that she needs. I would have due dates, I'd have her assigned with it, if that makes sense. One thing, I think I've talked to you guys before about this, but make a template is really cool. So let's say that this is something that I'm going to do weekly, which this one I wouldn't do weekly, but if it was, I can make a template. So when I click make a template, it's now a card that is a master, basically. So then you would say create card from template and decide where it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my inbox, create card. And then now I have a duplicate basically of this one over here. So once I finish this one, I could always, and there's more automation that you can use that makes more sense with that. I use that a lot with writing blogs because I have a checklist for those blogs. And so it is very useful to have a template, but anyway, that kind of went off topic. So I have my today list, my tomorrow list, my this week list, my waiting box, and my inbox. And if you want your completed but not reviewed box, either you can put your client work here, or if you have a VA, they could put the work here until you have a chance to move it over to the done. You don't have to have a done list. You could just go in and you can archive it. I like seeing what's done, and sometimes you need to go back and reference stuff. When this list gets too long, you can remove all of those. It's up to you. So references, let's say you come across a really cool blog post, or it's a video that you want to watch that you think would be useful, but you can't do it right now, and you know that you're supposed to be working on your today list, right? You have all your tasks figured out for the day. And you shouldn't be, this is where we lose focus when we find videos, we're on social media, we're doing all that stuff. So your reference list is where you're going to say, cool blog post, or I want to watch that viral video, whatever it is that you're finding while you're, researching, or you're doing something where you're being productive and you really want to see it, but if you start, it's just, you're going to go on this rabbit trail, get no work done. Put it in your reference list. And then as you have time, you can either just go, what I like to do is, let's say I have a little bit of space in my day today, and I'm like, I can either choose to have a shorter day, or I grab something off my reference list and I put it within my schedule here. So then I'm like, yep, I saw that video. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to do a training. Another thing I'll do, let's say I purchase a training course. I will add usually I'll put the names in here of them, but I'll add the different aspects of that course, and then each week I will drag one module over and put it in my inbox. So that way I know that I'm still getting all the work done for my business, but I'm not neglecting the training that I purchased, the personal professional development that I have, and then sometime during this week, it ends up moving its way over to this week, to tomorrow, and today. So I hope that was helpful. I know that I probably it all makes sense to me. So feel free to ask questions. And I have lots of other cool Trello tricks I want to teach you guys, but I want to do it in bite-sized pieces as we kind of build our knowledge of some of these different project management tools. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.